I stayed silent. That was the hardest part. Not yelling, not asking why, not begging her to stay, just silence. The night she confessed, I remember everything. Her eyes didn't look like hers anymore. There was guilt in them, but also something colder, like she had already left me days ago and was now just delivering the news my heart wasn't ready for. She said, "It just happened." No emotion, no apology, like betrayal is some kind of accident, like falling into someone else's arms is something that just happens. I didn't say a word, didn't flinch, didn't cry in front of her. Instead, I looked at her like she was a stranger, because in that moment she was the woman I loved, the woman I saw forever with, died the second she broke what we built. She kept talking, filling the silence with excuses. I was confused. I didn't mean for it to go that far. He made me feel seen. But none of it mattered. Not to me. Because I had seen her too. Every damn day I stayed, listened, loved her through every mood, every doubt, every breakdown. But she chose him. I think the part that hurt the most wasn't even the affair itself. It was how easy it was for her to walk away from everything we shared. Like our memories meant nothing. Like I was just a chapter she regretted writing. When she asked if we could still be friends, I finally looked at her and said the only thing I had in me, "I hope he was worth it." Then I walked out. No revenge. No closure. Just silence. The months that followed were quiet. Too quiet. People always talk about heartbreak like it's explosive. Loud cries, screaming, dramatic gestures. But the real pain, it's in the silence. In the way you sit alone in your room and wonder if you were ever enough. If all those "I love yous" were real. If you missed the signs or just ignored them because love makes you blind and stupid. I didn't block her. Didn't delete her number. But I never reached out. Not once. And she never did either. Which told me everything I needed to know. I moved. Changed jobs. Started working out again. At first it was all a distraction. But slowly it became real. I started healing. Not fast. Not clean, but real, piece by piece. In quiet mornings and lonely nights. In journaling. In walks without music. In standing in front of a mirror and saying, "You'll be okay." Exactly 1 year later, I heard a knock at my door. I wasn't expecting anyone. It was a Sunday afternoon, quiet, peaceful. I opened it, and there she was, hair tied back, eyes swollen, face pale, and in her hands, a wedding dress. At first I thought I was dreaming or hallucinating. But no, it was her. She looked at me and her lips quivered before she said, "I couldn't do it." She stepped inside without waiting for permission and held the dress in front of her like it weighed 1,000 pounds. "I was supposed to get married today," she whispered. "He was waiting at the altar, but I couldn't walk down the aisle." I said nothing, just watched, trying to process what was happening. She sat on the edge of my couch, still holding that white dress, and broke down, tears shaking, rambling between sobs. I kept telling myself I loved him, that he was what I needed. But the truth is, I was running away from what I lost. Her voice cracked again. "I lost you, and I deserved to, but I never stopped thinking about you." I could barely breathe. I hadn't seen her in a year, and now she was in front of me, not with pride, but with collapse. She said she tried to force love, tried to erase the guilt, tried to pretend that starting over would make her forget the damage she caused. But she couldn't, because some ghost stay. And I was hers. I wanted to be cold. I wanted to tell her to leave. To remind her of the nights I bled quietly. The nights I wished I could hate her, but couldn't. But I didn't. I just sat there, frozen. She asked if I hated her. I looked her in the eyes and told her the truth. "No, I don't hate you. I just learned to live without you. And that's what scares me now." She nodded, wiping her tears with the sleeve of her sweater. "I don't expect you to take me back. I just needed you to know I ruined the one thing in my life that was real." We sat in silence after that. Not the kind filled with tension, but the kind that holds too many unsaid things. Eventually, she stood up, folded the dress, carefully placed it on the table like it was her last apology. Then she said goodbye, a real one this time. No promises, no begging, just truth. And when she walked out that door again, it didn't hurt. It didn't destroy me, because I was no longer the man who needed her to stay to feel whole. That night, I sat alone, same couch, same quiet apartment. I looked at the dress, not as a symbol of what could have been, but of everything I survived. She came back, but not for a second chance. She came back because regret will always search for a home. And for a while I was hers. But I built something since then, a quiet strength, a life where peace is no longer borrowed from someone else. I don't know where she is now. I don't know if she ever wore that dress for someone else. And honestly, I don't need to know, because I stayed silent when it broke me, and that silence became my armor, my healing. She returned with tears and a wedding dress. But I had already learned the most painful, powerful lesson of all. Some apologies come too late. And sometimes you really don't go back.